Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. We're here to discuss, as many of you know, how to replace Doug Holliday. We know that Doug's an MPP now, and there's a vacant municipal seat in Ward 3, which is in this area. I want to, before I begin, introduce some councillors that have came tonight. Michael Thompson from Scarborough. Thanks, Michael. Mr. Budget Chief Frank DiGiorgio, and my brother Doug Ford, and Public School Trustee Chris Glover. If there was any other elected officials, I do apologize. I think that's pretty well it. So let me start off by showing you, you've got a little pink piece of paper here. This is just a straw ballot. It doesn't mean anything. You do not have to vote if you don't want to. We just thought, instead of putting up hands, some people feel uncomfortable saying what they want if their neighbors sit beside them, or whatever the situation may be. So if you wish, you can put an X in, and as you leave tonight, you can put an X beside a by-election or an appointment. And again, it's just find out what sort of numbers people want. The next thing you'll have is a list. You should have a list of councillors. It gives you their phone number, gives you their email address. The ones that are shaded in black have told my office that they're in favor of a by-election. The ones that are in red are either undecided or want an appointment. I'm going to be, obviously I called this meeting. I am neutral at this meeting. My personal opinion is that I wanted a by-election, but I'm not here to represent my views. I don't go down to City Hall to represent my views. I represent your views, taxpayers. So if you get up tonight and say, you know what, Rob, we want an appointment, then we'll forge ahead with an appointment. If you come out and say, I want a by-election, then we'll forge ahead with a by-election. And what I mean by forging ahead is that there's a special council meeting on Monday. This Monday coming up at 9:30 in the morning at City Hall, 100 Queen Street West. At that time, we're going to debate whether we should have a by-election or an appointment. So let me start off by telling you how an appointment works, and then I'll get into how a by-election works, and then everyone can have up to 3 minutes to speak, to ask me questions, or to voice their concerns, and to say they want an appointment or they want a by-election. Some people said, well, I want to run in the by-election, or I want to get appointed. Can I tell the people why? After everything, I don't have a problem with that. So, but I want to get all the other stuff done first before we get into the politics of politics, before we get to a by-election or appointment. So, an appointment will work like this. We're going to go through all the pros and cons. An appointment, anybody is allowed to be appointed to fill Ward 3 seat. You have to be over the age of 18, a Canadian citizen, live in the city of Toronto. And that's it. And there's no prerequisites. So technically speaking, someone from Scarborough would be appointed to represent you for the term. And the term ends on end of November. Sorry, November 30th, end of November. The next general election is October 27th. So the first thing people are going to say, why is there someone there a month after? Because we don't get sworn in, the new council doesn't get sworn in till that date. So technically speaking, the election's over October 27th, but you still serve till the end of November. And then there's a new council meeting first week of December. The appointment process works as follows. There will be a special, on Monday, if, Vince Crescente just came into the room. Hi, Vince. If on Monday we decide to go an appointment route, council has to have 23 votes. If there's everyone in the room, if there's 45 councillors. From what I understand, there's about 5 or 6 councillors that have told me they're going to be away for whatever reason. So that number might come down. You might need 20 votes to carry the day, be it an appointment or a by-election. If they decide, again, for an appointment, the Etobicoke York Community Council, the councillors from York and Etobicoke will get together. We'll have a special council meeting sometime in September, and candidates at that time can come forward. You'll have 5 minutes to speak on why you think you should be appointed as the role of councillor for the next, I'm just going to say year for now. I'm not going to get into month. If I say year, I might be off by a month or so, but for simplicity reasons, I just want to keep it as a year. So the next year, why should you be a councillor? The Etobicoke York Community Council will recommend one person, and then City Council at the end of, on October 11th, our council meetings October 9th, 10th, and 11th. At the end of October 11th, you might go to October 12th, everybody who applied, maybe they were chosen by Etobicoke York Community Council, has the right to come before council as a whole and again explain why they deserve or they should be the councillor for Ward 3. So there's 2 steps to this process. First, community council, sometime in September, that's going to be decided when we make a decision on Monday. And then we're going to go at the end, like I said, October 11th, everybody has the right to come down to City Hall and give a 5-minute deputation on why they should be the councillor for Ward 3. It's straightforward. You're going to have to go to a session, a 2-hour session, if we go that route. So before September 17th or whatever it might be, I got 17th in my head, that's what the clerk told me, there might be a special session for people that want to be appointed. You must attend that session to be eligible to be chosen as a candidate to represent Ward 3. So if you miss a session, you can't go to Etobicoke York Community Council and say, I want to be appointed. You must be at that special session. And that has nothing to do with the council. That's your protocol. I think I've covered everything on the appointment. I'll get people to come up after and can ask me questions about the appointment. A by-election would be held on November 25th. A by-election will work exactly like our municipal elections. You will have approximately, if we decide to go with a by-election route on Monday, we'll have 45 days to register people. The cost will be $100. Anyone can run in the by-election, again, over the age of 18, be a Canadian citizen, and live in the city of Toronto. And the cost of the by-election is $175,000. If we implement the rebate program, meaning when you donate to someone's campaign, you get a half or 3/4 of it back in a rebate check, that's going to bring the price up to approximately $225,000. That is, I guess, the biggest concern of some people, saying, well, the cost is $225,000. Again, I'm being as non-biased as possible here, but when I hear that, I personally say you can't put a price on democracy. Maybe some people can, I can't. And do we spend $250,000? We can spend $10 million one council meeting pretty quick. But I'm not getting into the politics of stuff. So, the last day to register to be a candidate for the by-election would be October 25th, and then it's a full-out campaign. There'll be advanced polls, there will be the election, obviously, on November 25th. Signs can go up, you can fundraise, and usually in a municipal election, you vote for a mayor, a councillor, a school trustee. In this case, you just walk in your polling station, and you vote for a councillor. You get 1 vote per person for 1 councillor. Okay, I know a few years ago we used to vote for 2 councillors and all that, but that's obviously gone by the wayside now. So it's 1 vote, 1 person per councillor. The advanced poll, we don't know when this information will be available because we haven't made a decision yet. And that's pretty well it, folks. It's straightforward. I gave out this list. If you're in favor of one or the other, you have every right to call these councillors, to email, to talk to them, and give them your point of view. And let me cut to the chase here. It's not what I think. I don't live in Ward 3. I live in Ward 4. It doesn't matter what the people downtown in Scarborough think. It's what matters is the people in Ward 3, what they think. They're the ones that are being affected by this. So it's great for everyone else to say, oh, yeah, I have an appointment, or do this and that. Well, if you're living in Ward 3, then you have every right. But on the other hand, I'm a bit of a problem when people start saying, well, I don't live there, but we should appoint someone. You're not living there. So that's why I called this meeting. Maybe it was a little unusual, but I wanted to hear from the people in Ward 3. And on the flip side, and I understand what other people are going to say, they're going to say, hold on, Rob, but we're all taxpayers, we all pay for this. Absolutely right. We all should have a say, but it affects the people in Ward 3 the most, so the Ward 3 people, obviously, should call the shots at the end of the day.